listening to WCOM-FM 103.5, broadcasting live from Carborough, North Carolina, and streaming worldwide at WCOMFM.org. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Martini Mondays, shaking it up with Ruby Martini
and Magnolia Steele.
Welcome, everybody. We are excited to have you here on our audio stage where we flirt with vintage and contemporary burlesque, ponder random points of interest, and have engaging conversations with our guests. Our guest this evening, I guess it is this week because it's not last week.
No, it's not
and
last
it's certainly
week.
not next week.
No.
We have Jane Filer and Michele Yellin who will be joining us here in just a few minutes. Magnolia, it is so good to see you.
Ruby, it is wonderful to be here. I had to hustle to get here, and honestly, I thought I was going to be late.
Oh, no, Magnolia. Do tell.
Well, Ruby, I was on my way here doing fine on time, and off in the distance in front of me, there was a blue Santa Fe SUV, and it was creeping on down the road with a line of traffic behind it. Each time somebody passed, they slowed down and finally got up right behind that Santa Fe and was getting ready to pass when I saw it, the bumper sticker, and it read, "I brake for cryptic wildlife." Now, did those people passing so slow honestly think they were going to see Bigfoot driving that Santa Fe? Or maybe a
Chupacabra?
Yes. Or did they think it was the Wolf Woman of Mobile, Alabama?
Ooh.
So many choices.
Oh, Magnolia, I am so relieved that you made it on time and didn't disappear into a dark forest with Sasquatch.
I know, right?
Let's take a quick moment to honor our underwriters. Big thanks to Double Martini Productions, your local nonprofit performing arts collaborative, with a big announcement. Their monthly fundraisers are back on the calendar. An afternoon of vaudeville art every second Saturday of the month. The next one rolling in is Saturday, June 13th. Are you a local artist? Come draw with us. We have live models in vaudeville, burlesque, and vintage pinup style costuming, and we offer 9 drawing segments. Just bring your drawing supplies, and there's plenty of room for easels. 100% of your donations support 2 local nonprofits. For details and to register, go to doublemartini.org and select art drawing events.
And now we've got Cat Moves Travel and Studio, delivering award-winning dance and fitness coaching and training to you at your location, at your convenience. Join in every Tuesday for a free community dance, line dancing, 6 to 7 at 129 East King Street in Hillsborough. Find out more at catmoves.me. That's Cat with a K, catmoves.me, and Perfect Timing Celebrations, providing a wide variety of officiant services with a budget-friendly rates to keep your wedding and vow renewals stress-free. Find them on Facebook, searching PT Celebrations.
And our new sponsor is Sold by Amanda T. Amanda Turner is a realtor with eXp Realty, serving the Triad, the Triangle, and all points between. Her specialty is concierge-styled, customized service tailored to her clients' needs. Check out her website at soldbyamandat.com.
All of our underwriters are linked to our Facebook page.
And you can find us on Facebook by searching
WCOMRuby.
And you can become an underwriter of our broadcast. Hop on over to that Facebook page and send us a message.
Ooh, Ruby, that sounds like a good lead-in to our Back in Burlesque segment.
Great idea, Magnolia. Let's do it. Our weekly segment of Back in Time Burlesque teases See what I did there?
I see.
Teases a dancer or performer from the vintage era of burlesque. Today we are going to honor Virginia Bell, born Virginia Miriam Beck in Montrose, California on August 14th, 1934. Virginia Bell was an accomplished burlesque dancer by her early 20s. Her 5'2" frame carried an incredibly buxom figure that was, get this, 48, 22, 34. I don't know how she stood up straight.
If she had a backpack, she could put rocks.
Out.
Yeah, she could put rocks in the back of it.
Put somebody's eye out with those things. That combo of numbers also became one of her nicknames, also in honor of an upper body movement that she performed, plus a nod to her last name of Bell. That movement was dubbed Ding Dong, which became her prevalent nickname on billboards and PR materials.
In 1957, Virginia Bell was performing at the Follies Burlesque Theater in Los Angeles when she was signed to be in films. Miss Bell also acted in such movies as The Scanty Panties in 1961 and The Bell, Bare and Beautiful in 1963. She performed a lengthy striptease in A Lullaby of Bearland in 1964. Aside from those feature films, Virginia appeared in the Nudie Loops. Those loops can be found in the video series of Real Classics and Big Bust Loops and Super Boobs. It almost sounds like a movie from the 90s.
Well, these were the quarter theaters where you drop your little quarter in and get your thrill
and then get your eyes done.
Right. She retired from burlesque and acting in the early 70s and gave her final earthly finale at home in Westlake Village, California on July 18th, 2010.
We hope you take some time to do a deep dive about Virginia Bell and American burlesque.
That was pretty, but she did not get arrested.
I know. I
feel like she was a little boring, but those 48-inch tatas probably made up for that excitement.
There's no way. She didn't need publicity. She walked out of a room and everybody went, ooh.
Those things entered the room first before she turned a corner.
Surely she had a shelf.
She did.
In my world,
she could put a martini on those things.
Well, all my food would have landed there.
It would.
Absolutely.
I wonder if she had that problem. I'm going to have to do a deeper dive.
See if she had stains on all of her shirts for where the food landed.
And it is time now for Manifesting a Moment with Magnolia. We have asked our guests, Jane and Michelle, to each select an affirmation card to set the intention for our show today. I hesitate because once again we're using our very favorite deck.
That's not an affirmation. What is it?
No, it's more of just a pronouncement.
A pronouncement?
I think that works. These are pronouncement cards.
I don't even think that's what they're called.
It's not what they're called. They're affirmations for formidable women.
Well, we're all formidable.
That's the technical name of them.
Is it warm in here?
It is just so warm in here.
I thought it was hot.
Yeah.
We didn't bring our fans.
Oh, doggone it. Well, here we go, Magnolia. It's all you, girl.
Well, they got to read their cards.
Well, they're waiting for you to ask them what to do.
Ta-da! Okay, Michelle, you read yours, even though Jane looked like she was more ready.
Closer in, babe.
Sweet pea, it's the other end.
Oh, I thought we could do the side. There we go.
There he is.
You're right where you belong, sharpening your claws in the shadows and ready to strike.
I bet you were ready to sharpen your claws today. What about you, Jane? What are you doing?
Mine is really long, but it's important. Life is short. This is something I say a lot. Drink the forbidden potion. Read the enchanted manuscript.
I just got chills.
Command an army of colossal, murderous tarantulas.
Yes.
Seize the day tomorrow isn't promised.
I love it.
And tarantulas.
Like that story last night we heard.
This morning.
No, from Dan.
Oh,
and Ray.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Did your card just like prove relevance?
Yes, in 2 ways.
Ooh.
Yeah, last night we had dinner with some friends, and one of the guys told us a story about this cactus that this man had in his home, and it just kept swelling at the bottom. And he lived out in Arizona, and so he was like, what is going on? So he called a plant person and said, how do I fix this? And they said, get that out of your house immediately. He took it outside, and tarantulas just poured out of it.
Oh, my gosh.
There were tarantulas all nesting in
Yikes.
the base of the cactus.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so cacti growers beware and be warned.
Right.
Oh,
Especially if
my
it's
gosh.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So now that we have read the cards,
Yes.
we got to take a deep breath.
Oh, and make sure we let it out.
Yes. In, out.
And
Yay.
now it is time, dear gentle readers, to introduce our guests, Jane Filer and Michele Yellin. Jane hails from San Jose, California, moved to Australia in her youth, and since returning to the United States has lived in numerous upper Midwest locations before settling in rural Orange County, North Carolina. AKA Chapel Hill address in the country. Jane has been an artist her entire life and fully dedicated herself to art when she was 21. Her creative imagination, when translated to canvas, takes us to playful, saturated other worlds with fantastic beings, whether two-legged or more. The depth of Jane's art is appreciated all over the planet. And to quote Jane, "It's out there. I painted them for the world." Michele Yellin hails from New Jersey, and from there her family lived in the Hudson Valley, then Rye, New York areas. Michele and her family moved to France and lived just outside of Paris for years. It was during those 4 years that Michele was inspired by a trip to the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam to fully commit her passion for art. Returning to the States, Michele spent time in Connecticut and New Orleans before settling in the Triangle. Michele's paintings have layers of line and texture, resulting in dimensional, vivid, and sometimes mysterious visions. This is episode 22, The Wonder of Existence. Michele and Jane, welcome to our audio stage.
Thank you.
So nice to be here.
We are super excited to have you guys here. Always such great energy from you two. The first thing I would like to do is to have you share with our listeners where you can be found online, followed by any gallery information or locations where your art can be appreciated and purchased. Jane, if you'll roll first, and then
Well,
Michele.
I can be found at janefiler.com.
Yes.
Or just Google Jane Filer, F as in Frank, I-L-E-R.
It's a thing around here. We spell a lot.
we do spell a lot.
People think my name is Siler all the time. No, it's Filer. Anyway, you can, if you're interested, you could book a private viewing at our Emerald Forest Studio. And right now I've got a few paintings at the Frank Gallery here in Carborough, just a hop, skip, and a jump from where we are right now. And Michele and I are both delivering paintings to a big show, a show of big paintings at
Very big show.
yeah,
It's also
yeah,
big.
really big.
Do you have the big van
don't
for your
wanna
big
miss
show?
it.
You do. And where's that
And that's
going to be?
at
I'm sorry.
Tom Stevens in Hillsboro.
We are very familiar with Mayor Tom's studio.
Well, that's where we're headed right
Shout
after
out
the
Mayor
show.
Tom.
We're
More
bringing
about
him
the
some
19,000th
Yeah.
time, man. We shout him out a lot.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we do. We love Mayor Tom.
We do.
Yes.
You know, even though he's
He
retired.
can still be called
Well,
mayor forever.
He's got things to do.
Yeah,
And he's
places to
doing
go,
it.
people to
Yeah.
see. And Michele, what about you, my love?
Well, I am You can see my work at www.michelleyellin.com. No relation to Janet Yellen. I get that a lot. I also have a studio at Art Space in Raleigh, which is open Wednesday through Sundays. And I have a studio upstairs, number 201. And the big show. At Stevens.
Really big.
And so, are you having...
Are y'all going to be downstairs? Is that where he puts the...
I think so.
That's where he puts the big stuff.
That's where he puts the big stuff. So the passersby will be in awe.
Right.
As they...
All the naked ladies are upstairs.
All the naked ladies, which were behind our show when we did our burlesque show.
And
we called Mayor Tom and said, can we have your nudes on the wall behind us? And he said, perfect. I'd love to. Yeah. So that was a perfect partnership for that. Do you have an opening reception for that?
There is.
I think there's one this Saturday from 3 to 6. Is that right?
2 to 4.
This coming Saturday.
So do we have an idea?
If we go to Mayor Tom's website.
Do we know that website so we can tell them?
Google Mayor Tom.
No. Google
Tom Stevens Gallery.
Tom
Stevens with a V as in Victor.
Right.
Because there we go, spelling again.
Right.
Yes, not the PHs.
Not the PHs, it's the Vs.
And there will be a last Friday reception as well, the last Friday in June.
Okay.
Hillsborough Art Walk.
Yeah, we'll be
9.
there for that, giving out what we like to do on the last Fridays, and we would have done it this past Friday, but Ruby has not ordered the business cards yet, so that's sort of a detrimental thing. We like to hand out flyers with the things we have going on with pasties stapled to them along with a business card, which we have a lot of fun giving out.
Yeah.
And everybody loves the pasties.
little kids call them stickers.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And when we're like talking with moms with little kids, we say, Mom, would you like some heart-shaped stickers? So it works out really well for everyone. All right, Jane, everyone who is familiar with your work can immediately identify your art by your other worlds and your magical whimsy within. You've shared with us that your imagination is healthy and filled with wonder and awe. How did you first come to share your imagination through art? Was canvas your first love?
Well, no, not exactly. I actually never thought I would be painting this many years, but back in like 1984, I was in graduate school and I was majoring in printmaking. I was doing intaglio, and I wanted to beef up my critique that was coming. And I thought I'd just hurry and throw in a few paintings, and one painting led to another, and I'd get one right, and I'd want to do it again. I'd get one wrong, and I'd want to try that again, and it's just here we are 40 years later.
I love it.
42 years later.
Michele, you were inspired at a young age to follow your passion for color and texture. Share with us how you expanded your passion onto canvas, and were there other mediums for you along the way to today's creations?
Well, I'll take that second question first. I've always loved color, and like I said, years ago when I was a kid living in France, my dad took us to Holland and to the Netherlands, and the Van Gogh Museum had just opened, and I was so amazed by it. And recently I asked one of my brothers, you remember that trip? It was just incredible. He had no memory of it at all. Yeah. But so it was always appealing. But when I was younger, I used lots of different things, fabric and cake decorating, and just making. I just loved to make. And in college, when I got my BFA, I studied sculpture and printmaking some and painting, but I just done stained glass and carving and anything, but the painting has been the thing that has stuck with me.
It seems to absorb both of you very well.
Yeah.
I've been to your beautiful emerald forest, and I've seen many different inceptions of your art and creativity. Little things in the yard, little sculptures, and
our thumbprints are everywhere.
Oh, I love it, though. I really do. It truly is a magical place. Let's see. I want to ask Jane, your art literally is all over the planet. And without breaching any client confidentiality, can you share with us some of the more exciting locations that your art is,
oh my God,
is hanging?
Well, I don't know.
We don't want you to name names because I know it's tender.
They're in celebrity homes and smart people like university professors and movie stars, and they're in the American embassies. Gosh, I wish I had my resume in front of me because I try not to think about that when I work. I just just let it all come fresh and new. But
I think one of the the airport.
Yeah, our
mural.
new airport.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about.
Well,
how
I wanted that job so bad, and it came up, and I applied, and I ended up, going through the filters, and I ended up being one of the 3 finalists. And I had to do a prototype and a presentation and jump through that one last final hoop. And I told those guys, I want this job so bad. I said, I will sleep with this painting, and I just loved doing it. I wanted to do it so bad. And that's exactly, and I got the job. I was so happy. I mean, I don't know what I wanted more than that, but
that's amazing.
Yeah, and
so for our listeners who aren't familiar with this, where exactly is this mural? And
it's in the international baggage claim area. So the international baggage claim is attached to the regular baggage claim. They have 2, I think, international flights a day from England and Ireland or somewhere, and they pull this big giant wall shut when those flights are coming in to direct the people through the baggage claim and then through customs before they go out on the street. So there might be a couple hours a day that the doors are shut. But when they're open, that's where it is, right in there in the baggage claim.
I got to see it for the very first time last year.
Terminal C.
And we flew home. We had been to the UK, and when we came home, we, of course, arrived in RDU through the international. And we were tired and weary, but I'd never seen it up close and personal.
Oh, good.
So I would love to report back that I just took so much time going down each little panel area. And I know I was like, I've got to stand here and look at this because there's always for both of you. Both of you have a lot of movement and sort of hidden things that happen on your canvas.
And I want my art to touch people, I mean, it's in hospitals and stuff, and then every now and then I get an email from somebody who's waiting in some waiting room and they got some kind of problem or their loved one does, and they'll mention that they just took time to look at my painting and it took them away for a minute.
I love
good. That's what I want.
Excellent. Good job.
But I do want to add something.
Yes.
Without naming names, there's a very famous actress of our generation, maybe a little younger.
No.
I'm not going to name names, and maybe she was married to a kind of country singer very briefly, but has said Jane Filer is her favorite painter.
I love that. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm on you. Yeah. That's
I don't
fabulous.
Want to get sued.
No. Sue or Jane or Cindy or
something like that.
Magnolia.
Yes. So Michele, you also have a wide following, and half the week you're at the Art Space in Raleigh, North Carolina, where you are a studio artist. Tell us about the space and when you're there, as well as any upcoming classes that you offer.
Okay. Well, I am there typically Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays during the day. And I'd like to say I'm there when they open at 11, but life is complicated. So it varies from week to week. But it's typically Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I love being at Art Space because there's other artists there and the public comes in and exchanging ideas and all that kind of stuff. So it's lovely. There's some great work there, and there's 3 big galleries in the building as well, and they do a lot of community outreach, so I'm real proud to be part of that organization. This summer, I don't teach a lot, but I'm teaching middle schoolers, and I'd like a pat on the back for that.
Yes, ma'am.
They are not easy.
No,
I'm going to teach them
hurting cats.
Yeah, I'm going to teach them some paper mache. We're going to do heads,
they'll love
small
that.
heads.
Yeah.
Jane does the large
Yes.
heads as masks, basically. But I thought I did paper mache animals last year, and they just love it. They don't get a lot of opportunity to do three-dimensional work. So we'll do, paper mache heads that they can put on stands, and they'll have fun. And I'll make some, too, which I love.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
It is
That's in
always
July
fun.
sometime.
And Jane, you're big dancing heads.
Dancing heads.
Are they still? Or they haven't retired? Have they?
Oh no, they haven't.
Hallelujah for
No,
that.
they're still there. The last thing we did was in Hillsborough. They had this art explosion thing, and they were out there last summer, and they still have I still have a troupe of heads. I think I'm up to like 25 or 30 heads.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they get out, every now and then.
I love that. Definitely a sight to see.
Yeah.
If, dear listeners, you've never seen the dancing heads, they're very awesome. Magnolia, I'm sorry I interrupted you,
I know
darling.
you did.
I did.
You both have created art in a more than physical expression. It is a great therapy to address tension and sadness. I'm going to start with Jane, and then we'll do Michelle. What can you share with us about your experiences on releasing the negativity through the process of painting?
Well, for some people, art might be therapy. For me, it's a way of life, and I do believe that I would crack up if I wasn't doing art. Because I tried it for a time or two, traveling, and long ago, John and I, my husband, we were planting trees from Alabama all the way through up to Maine, and so I took about a 3-month hiatus, and I just was planting trees. And man, I missed my art so bad, and I was living in a camper, and I was doing little drawings, and I realized then I got to do this. But everything comes in, it's not all just, pretty stuff. Which is good about it.
Yeah.
Everything leaks in. Every single experience that I have, every little observation, I might notice the way somebody's elbow has a little sag to it or something, and next thing you know, that's in my painting, or our cat walks through the room, and that ends up in my painting. It might stay, it might not.
Yeah.
But it's all the human experience, It's not going to just be the pretty stuff. It's going to be everything. But it's not like sad either. It's like the blues, You hear the blues and you're like, I know what that's about.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah,
right?
it feels good to share the experience with other humans.
Yeah, and it's boom, 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 boom. Gonna paint my painting.
Oh, no.
And Michelle, what about you?
So for both of us, there's a lot of layers in our paintings, and I sometimes start by just writing out all my horrible feelings. I do that occasionally, like journaling, with the intention of just getting some things on the canvas. I don't do that all the time, but it's an important part to include the sad, the bad, the angry, the ugly, all that, because that's part of life. And then to build upon layer, making something really, in my mind, for me, something beautiful, brings me joy, and hopefully, others who view it. I just think for everybody, it's so important to have an outlet, whatever it is, that you're free to do what you need to do to keep your mental health in good shape, because there's so many things coming in at us all the time, and to just give yourself the time and the space to express that on the canvas or however you do it, and then work through it. For me, I want to make something just that brings me joy. So it's very similar in the process. I don't know that I've added the saggy elbow, but now I'm looking at my elbow.
I mean like when I'm looking in the mirror.
I'm squeezing my elbows really tight to my rib cage right now because I'm not exposing.
No, that's, you know what? That was a real thing.
I know.
I think, Michelle, it's really cool to think that somewhere out there are paintings of yours, unbeknownst to the buyers, that you have journaled underneath all of the paint, and who knows what has been there. But I think that's so cool. It's like even more hidden than your paint layers.
Right. It's
that's very cool.
It's more the energy transference.
Yeah. And I have a friend who journals, and I was shocked by this. She said, and I like to journal. I don't do it all the time, but I do enjoy it. But she journals, and as soon as she's done, she rips it up and throws it away.
I've heard of people doing
Which is great in a way, because then your private stuff remains private. This is very similar in that way, that I don't have to rip it up. I can just cover it up.
Yeah.
But get it out.
Get it out. That's the important part, for sure. All right. I think it's time for round one of Martini Melodies.
Yes.
What do you think there,
Yes.
Magnolia?
Yes, yes.
You let me know when you are ready to go.
Now.
mystic neighbor. Here's to trails and trails of paper. My firm-footed letter lover, you're the best thing I've discovered. It's a love song, it's true. No hints, no riddles, no clues. No threats, no strings, no bounding. Damn, baby, you make me grounded. Yeah. Fine to me with patience. And I'll write you novels of acquaintance. Yeah, fine-tune me with patience. And I'll write you novels of acquaintance. I'd never be here without all your hands rejoice and shout. You who came broke and weary, sick, step into the clearing. Let this be a moment healing. I see you picture perfect. Rise together, lose no faith that I've got you and you got me. Yeah, fine-tune me with patience. And I'll write you novels of acquaintance. Yeah, fine-tune me with patience.
ladies, let's begin with Michele to talk a little bit about the song that we played for you. Say who it was, the name of it, etc., and why it strikes you so.
Is it Rising Appalachia or Appalachia Rising? I always get that reversed. I saw those gals at the Leaf Festival out in Black Mountain years ago, and they're sisters, and they are amazing performers. I love their harmonies. And I a few years back, I was going through kind of a rough time, getting separated and divorced, and that was one of the CDs I just listened to over and over. Just, brought me joy. Again, It's just like fight the darkness. And those gals are so talented. They have a great band, and I'd like to see them again when they come around.
Yeah, I was not familiar with them and really enjoyed listening.
Yeah, they got a great
as we were going through your playlist.
Yeah.
Yep. And Jane.
Well, that was Carl Hayes, or no, I'm sorry, Hayes Carl, but
We're all
like
just
Elton
like
John,
today.
John Elton. I remember when Elton John came out.
John
He was
Elton.
new. I was like, Elton John, I think is John Elton. Elton John. All right, that was Hayes Carl, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Just
Down
shaking
the road
it up
tonight. Down the road tonight.
Yeah.
So essentially, that is just kind of a good jam to get you going in the studio.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, it's you can't sit still. I'll go to hear music and nobody's dancing, but if they're good,
Yeah.
I can't keep my butt in that chair.
Something that I've always been curious about, when you go hear live bands, they save their best for the last.
Yeah.
Why don't they start it
Why
with
don't they
the
get you
best?
going?
They can get you going.
Yeah.
Because once you're up, you're up.
Yeah, we
I've
need to talk
never
to some
understood that. We need to start a movement.
Yeah,
Called
right.
best first, worst last.
Yeah,
Well,
I had to start off good and keep it going.
Keep
Well,
it
there
going,
was a
that's right.
band I saw a few weeks ago. They started what I call the best music.
Yeah.
And then they came back, and then they started singing, they started doing 90s, and I might as well have just left because I didn't know any of the songs.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I always feel bad for musicians when people are not dancing.
Yeah, well,
But
when Michelle
sometimes
and I show up, they like it.
I know, I'm the same way. I'm like, what are y'all sitting on? I call it butt dancing when people sit in their chairs and bop around.
Yeah.
you
And
know?
they want to get up.
Yes.
They want to get up
Yeah.
and they don't. And the band, the energy flowing back and forth between the dancers and the band, I mean, just raises.
get up.
It just raises
Yeah.
the energy. Yeah. But we do that.
Yeah.
Some of us just.
Someone's got to lead the way.
I'm going to be that crazy old lady. I'm already that
Heck
crazy
yeah.
old. If I'm
Yeah.
alone up there, I'm fine. That's
yeah.
me.
I went the last high school reunion I went to. They had a live band that played really good old rock and roll.
Cool.
Hardly anyone was dancing.
Aw.
I had on my pink suede cowgirl boots, and
Yeah,
I stayed
baby.
on that dance floor the whole time.
Yeah,
I
good
was
for you.
sweaty and stanky, and I didn't
Yeah.
care. I had a great time.
Yeah.
People eventually came out on the dance floor. You know.
Somebody's
Well,
gotta
once
be
they
first.
see how much fun you're
Yeah,
having,
that's right.
Ruby,
And you can see it in their faces. They want to.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
want to.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Just take someone to kind of encourage them on. Yeah,
Yep, it's
that's
true.
what I'm thinking. So, Jane, I know we talked a little bit already about your dancing heads, but I had made a note that you have a population of dancing head groupies, and for you to talk to us about your paper mache heads and how they were born.
Oh, wow. That started a long time ago. Let's see. I would think it was maybe like 1989 or 90. And I was having a show at Gallery C in Raleigh, North Carolina. and people, I had such good crowds coming to my art openings that I was just like, let's do something with this. And I was in the mountains up near Black Mountain, staying with a friend in a cabin in a upper bunk of a cabin, sleeping in this loft thing, and I was thinking, what could we do? What could we do? And I thought, think, and I am not kidding. Like a light, I saw this burst of light in my closed eyes, and I thought, we can do heads. I can make heads, and the first heads were kind of crude, but they worked. And so I had 3 heads my first time I had them out, and I had like 2 friends, and one of them was a dancer already, and I noticed, whoa, she was good. And they were like gathering hands and making circles. People are at the openings and they're drinking their wine and they're having their little chats with their friends and minding their own business. And then it's like a happening. All of a sudden, out comes these crazy looking people, and then the music changes. I love to have like African drums or any kind of rock and roll is good too, but then out come these crazy people, and they kind of circle around the galleries, and they would gather hands and make circles around people and hand out candies or little clementines or something, and it was just cool. It was like a happening, and then just as easy as they came out, 15-20 minutes later, they just kind of slowly disappeared. And that grew into like long troops of 25 or so crazy looking people, heads coming out, out one door and through the gallery. And it's really funny because a lot of times the floor just kind of clears. People just like hug the walls. They're like, oh, whoa, what do I do with this? But then there's also people who are like, they get their phones out and they're photographing and taking videos and stuff. And it also was a really good way to get a color picture on remember back in the day and we used to read newspapers, and I'd get a color picture on the front page of the newspaper of my crazy heads out there. Yeah. And people get me mixed up with paper hand puppets, but I just started doing it about the same time they were coming out doing it. And just like yesterday, somebody sent me an email and said, I came to one of your openings a long time ago, and the dancing, and they said, and the paper hand puppets were there. And I wrote them back and said, those were my puppets.
And dear gentle listeners, if you are not familiar with the dancing heads, they are paper mache, huge.
There are videos on my website.
And go check them out because they are amazing. And just,
one time Ruby Martini curated the dance.
Full disclosure, I did choreography with the group, and there was a big group, and that was at Tyndall Gallery.
Yep.
I don't remember what year. Was it 2016? Can't recall. Nonetheless, it was so much fun. We had a great time.
Yeah, I even think earlier than 2016.
It might have been earlier than 2016, actually.
It all kind of blurs together.
It does blur together.
Yeah, it's all the truth.
So Michele, you have a broad range of creative interests to keep you inspired. You mentioned some areas you were exploring something to expand your knowledge on stained glass, beading, bookmaking, sculpture, and more. What are some of your favorite other mediums?
Let me think now. For my livelihood, I paint. But earlier on, I just made art as gifts. And so I noticed over the last, maybe 10 or 15 years, I had stopped doing these extra things. So Jane had a birthday lately, and I made her a bracelet, and her cousin beaded. We are also going to make stained glass for this little house we're building. Just made a fish out of wood that was, I guess, cut out of a saw and painted. I just want to do more of the just for fun, not just for the studio and to be up for sale, which is great, but, to get back to just for fun creativity.
There's something about putting your energy into creativeness that channels more.
True.
And even though you do paintings that you absolutely do to earn an income from, there's something about just doing something out of pure joy.
You should see my Easter bunny cake. It's very cool.
We'll be there.
Yes,
she's perfected it.
Yes, it's just
3 years in a row. Easter bunny cake.
Good for the soul.
I love it.
Real cute.
Well, I cannot believe the time has flown.
Yeah,
it is 4 minutes to shut down.
I know, and I can't do that.
I know. So here's what we're going to do. We've got To remind our listeners, we have a second hour that begins at 6 o'clock called The Hangover. This is where we invite our guests to hang out and stay over with us. A perfect combination for a hangover. So I'm hoping that you guys will hang over with us and we'll be able to talk a little more.
As long as we get a martini.
I know. Doggone it. All right, a few announcements, guys. Coming in September, on September 12th, we have a Save the Date for our inaugural gala fundraising event. This fundraiser will benefit 3 nonprofits: Double Martini Productions, that's us, WCOM FM, that's where we are, and Snow Approach Foundation, where the event will take place. We're putting out a call for volunteer performers to come and play with us at our event.
We are looking for singers, dancers, comics, musicians, specialty performers, artists like magicians, hoopers, baton twirlers, belly dancers, and more.
Our goal is to have enough volunteers to perform pop-up vignettes throughout the evening for our guests as we raise funds to support our nonprofit endeavors, including gaining underwriters for our shows. That's plural now, and WCOM, and hopefully inspire the community with our missions.
If you are interested in becoming a performer on our stage or be involved in our fundraiser, please email us at WCOMRuby@gmail.com.
All right. Thank you, listeners, for tuning in and supporting us. Jane and Michelle, we appreciate you so much for giving us episode 22, The Wonder of Existence. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Happy to be here.
We loved it. And Magnolia, as always, thank you for being my shenanigans partner in crime. Thank you, WCOM, and big thanks to our underwriters. If you would like to become an underwriter for our show or for WCOM's general operations, email us
WCOMRuby@gmail.com.
All right, all you Shakers, join us next week, Monday, the 8th of June, when we welcome Sudi Rackison and Kim Marie Patenio. Sudi is an Orange County artist of multi-mediums, canvas, textiles, sculpture, households, and more. Kim Marie is Sudi's rock star art assistant and an amazing graphics designer. Listen in next week, and until then, all you Shakers, keep on shaking.